You know, the Bible is unlike any other book out there. It's the only book we have that's directly from God, and what makes it so special is that it speaks to everyone, no matter where you are in your journey with Him. Unlike the school textbooks, which are graded to different levels of difficulty, it's all here, all in one. Now, sometimes we come across a passage that's difficult to understand, and that's okay. It doesn't mean we're failures. Think of it this way. Maybe that passage is meant for you when you've grown a little more in your faith, and one day when the time is right, it'll click. You just have to trust the process. Did you know that 70% of the Bible is made up of stories? Real stories, with the real-life accounts of people who actually lived in history. And the beauty of stories is that you can learn from them no matter where you're at in life. You might see something new today that you didn't notice last time. That's the amazing thing about God's Word. Here's something interesting. For the first 1,500 years, most people didn't even have a copy of Bible to read. They went to synagogues to listen to the scriptures being read aloud. Christians for centuries rarely had their own copy. So if you prefer to listen to an audio Bible, you're not slacking. In fact, that's how many people enjoyed God's Word for centuries, by listening. Romans 10:17 reminds us that faith comes by hearing. So let go of any guilt if you're not poring over every word. Sometimes it's about hearing it with an open heart. Remember, the Bible isn't an academic textbook, it's spiritual. When you open it, expect God to speak to you, not like a scholar, but like a father to his child. Sometimes we make Bible reading too academic, forgetting it's a spiritual conversation. So next time you read, go in with a heart ready to hear from Him. Now, the Bible is divided into two main parts. The first part tells us how this beautiful world went wrong, and it's easy to see, isn't it? Pollution, deforestation, broken systems. Things aren't as they should be. This part of the Bible, just 1% of it, Genesis chapters 1 to 11, explains how it all began. But the other 99% of the Bible, that's the redemption story. It's about how God is going to make things right again, not by fixing the world, but by fixing us, by transforming us into new creations. That's the core of the Bible, God rescuing us from ourselves. The first and last books of the Bible, Genesis and Revelation, they're key. In Genesis, we see how Satan brought trouble into the world, and in Revelation, we see how he's completely defeated. That's why Satan doesn't want us understanding these two books. They reveal too much about him. Genesis chapter 1 is so simple, even a child can grasp it. It's foundational. Translators say it's one of the easiest chapters to translate because everyone can relate to things like the sun, the moon, fish, and birds. God designed it that way, so we could all start on the right foot. So don't worry if you don't understand everything right away. Whether you're reading or listening, trust that God's Word is working in your heart, shaping you every step of the way. Just come to Him like a child, and He'll guide you through His beautiful story. And speaking of beginnings, there's no better place to start unlocking God's plan than with the book of Genesis. It's the foundation of everything. In Genesis, we see how the world was created, how things went wrong, and the first hints of God's incredible rescue plan for us. In the next video, we're diving into Genesis, where it all began. Trust me, it's going to be eye-opening. And remember, His Word is alive, and it's for you.